Greetings, Argos Empire. It's Jube from Section 122 on ArgosEndzone.com, getting ready for Week 10 action as the Argos host the Montreal Alouettes. Argos coming off a really disappointing loss against Calgary, which feels like it was forever ago thanks to scheduling with a Tuesday night game following a week ago Friday. Awful game all the way around. Ricky Ray goes down, and they're saying he'll be out 6 weeks, which is really just a real kick in the go-betweens. The offense really never got back in sync after he went down, and the defense for the second straight week gave up 30-plus points in a losing cause. There's no one key pinpoint issue to say this is where it needed to turn around. It just didn't work at any point. Looking for a bounce back here against Montreal. So it should be an interesting game, as both starting quarterbacks, both first ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Anthony Calvillo from Montreal, Ricky Ray for Toronto, both out with debilitating injuries. So you've got Zach Collaros, who had a fantastic game as a starter against BC a while back, but hasn't done really well in the relief role. But we saw when he gets a full week of starter snaps in practice, as pointed out by Mr. Don Landry, who I'm a big fan of, he really excels. So I think with the full week plus of game planning, it's going to translate to success on the field. Montreal has got Marsh starting, their backup guy. And my apologies, but my only understanding of him is the school he went to. They're called the Wonder Boys. That's the team name, the Wonder Boys. Really? Sorry, I'm not going to be able to just walk away from that. I can't let that go, the Wonder Boys. Bizarre. Like, it sounds like an awful boy band. But, you know, remember the Wonders from that thing you do, the Tom Hanks? Anyways, what we're going to see this week then is a bit of a different look on both sides of the field. Both offenses are going to be a little bit more unique. So you're going to look at the defenses step up and try to dictate the play of the game. So I think, I think you should be watching Khalif Mitchell on the Argos side, as he is a disruptive force who is looking much more comfortable with every single snap in terms of how everything operates around him. And I love how he's never satisfied with the crowd noise. He will be calling on more noise right after the snap of the ball. I always respect that, and trust me, 122 is making a lot of noise. Hope the rest of the dome is following suit. On offense, I think you can keep an eye on Jason Barnes. What I remember from Collaros was he's not afraid to throw a deep ball, and he's doing a great job of putting the ball where only his receivers can get it, and Barnes being one of the better leapers in the league, as well as with his size being able to outposition other defenders, I think is going to have a big game. Keep an eye on Jason Barnes. Just me talking out loud, but I think it's going to be a Barnes-Mitchell week. Keep an eye on that. Also, going deep might open up the running game, which has been just anemic for the Argos since Chad Capper went down. Hopefully we'll see a bounce back from that there. So who should you be following this week? Well, obviously you got to be following Argos News, right? At Argos News. Because it's going to distill all of that Argos information down into quick little bits that you need, rather than trying to follow a whole bunch. Argos News will distill it down for you. At Argos News. Follow them. And, sorry boss, I should have done that a couple weeks ago. So, this week's score is going to be crazy. I'm thinking it's going to be a big Argos blowout, because Montreal hasn't proven they had that really late comeback against BC last week. But, I mean, that was still after Marsh threw, 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter? So you can almost question whether Montreal won or BC lost. I'm going with the latter. So, knowing what Collaros can do with a full week of practice, and Argos defense that has not been happy how they played in the month of August, September, new start. Yeah, thanks to the Labor Day Classic, by the way, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Montreal on a Tuesday instead of in Hamilton on a Monday. Thank you. Thank you, CFL. Thank you, Rogers Center. Thank you very much. Sorry. So the score, I'm going to say that we got the Argos coming out on top here at home, and I'm going to say this is going to be a 36-14 game. 36-15. Just going to count for the Rouge. So keep it in mind and have some fun, right? It's a Tuesday. You're coming back from the cottage. You're tired. You're a little hungover. You're trying to get back in the work week, or you did the smart thing and took this entire week off for the extra day of holidays. So why not come down to the Dome? If you're not in Toronto, get to Toronto. I'm coming an hour plus one way. Make it happen. So that's what we got going on this week. Make sure you comment below and like. If there's anything you want to see, if there's more you want to see, otherwise, we'll see you at the game. This is Jube from 122, ArgosEndzone.com, saying we ride the rail and we ride it hard.